This is Roger Bumpus, the voice of Squidward Tentacles on SpongeBob SquarePants, and you're watching FFFIC.
I'm Sean from Famous Faces.
I'm Sebastian from InvestComics.com, and this is FFFIC.
USA. We just watched the women's soccer team win gold, so woo!
He watched them win gold. I just watched the women's soccer team.
Woo! USA.
Either way, we win.
Hope so. Thank you.
Be
Not
awesome
gonna
to
watch
get a comment.
this. I like you too.
What? Fake is gold. Oh no.
Books, that's what we do.
Comic.
Spider-Man number 4. Oh my god.
So good.
You don't even need to read the rest of this. Just read this issue.
Oh my god. Sometimes we give Bendis a hard time because he writes those stories where it's just people talking and nothing happens. And sometimes he shows us
I'm
that,
okay with that in this issue.
that he can do a really good just people talking story.
This was a great issue.
Little hearts breaking everywhere.
Spider-Man talking to the Ultimate Aunt May and Gwen Stacy, and the part was like, "What's that? What am I like in your alternate dimension?" Gwen Stacy says, and Peter's like, "No, we don't need to talk about that."
Little Ultimate Mary Jane crying.
I think I might buy this in trade when it comes out. Like, I wasn't going to plan on buying this, but this is that good. It's fantastic.
It's just really good. Best part though, is there a Nick Fury in your world? Yeah. What's he like? White. That's too bad.
That's too bad. Awesome. Archer and Armstrong number 1.
I'm already in love.
Yeah, best Valiant comic relaunch.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Like the first couple pages, I was like, okay, this is whatever. And then he meets Armstrong. Or is it Archer? Who was it? Who did he meet? I forget. I get him confused.
He's Archer.
Armstrong, yeah.
Obadiah is Archer.
And it's fantastic. And
It's
the
so
end
good.
is a good twist. And
it's while it's
it really
not
is the summer Valiant.
while it's not just
wins.
re-giving you the story that was in the original Archer and Armstrong series, it captures all the feel of the Archer and Armstrong series that made it so good. We need them to do Quantum and Woody.
Yeah, I am in love with this book. And
This
great
is so
start.
good.
Why is this one not
I just didn't. It doesn't matter.
Batman and Robin 12? It wasn't the strongest issue of it. I mean, it was a good issue.
Once again, it proves that even no matter what Bat book you put him in, Nightwing is the coolest Bat
Nightwing is
character
the
there
coolest
is.
Bat character
He just
ever.
needs a couple panels at the end to outcool everybody.
Yep.
I didn't like the Terminus bad guy. I think when they give
That was pretty stupid.
When
That was the only thing.
when they give you these giant armored bad guys with access to like nuclear missiles, it just outdoes. It seems a bit much for I like Batman better as a street level, or if you're gonna put him in that stuff, have him fight those kind of guys with the Justice League, so he can just sit in the back and go, okay, you're all idiots.
I was really under
Do
the impression this would just be a 3-issue arc of Robin versus Robin, not some overarching villain, which it was okay.
And I will say, let Tomasi write Titans, because he writes Red Robin and makes me I like his Red Robin.
I
Then
like
I read
him
Titans
Robins.
again and go.
Him Ryan
Oh
Robbins.
yeah, they should make a book, Robins.
Not Nightwing though.
Just
Leave Nightwing with Kyle Higgins. Kyle Higgins isn't writing Nightwing 13 and 14.
No, it's Tom DeFalco and Lady Shiva.
We'll be back for
Well, Lady
15 with the
Shiva's not
Joker
writing.
crossover. Yay, Joker. Batman 13 or 12. Amazing. Becky Cloonan, best fill-in artist they could have had. I love her art style.
Proves that just because a book's called Batman doesn't mean it needs Batman to
Didn't
be a
need
really
Batman
good
at all.
story.
This was a fantastic story.
I want to
This
see
is a
where
one
they're
and
going
done.
with this character.
Yeah.
What's it, Harper what?
I don't
It's Harper Row.
Road?
Should have named something like a street, right? Harper Row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the last couple pages, when whoever the other artist was, I was like,
I'm almost
Becky
willing to say,
Cloonan, though?
yeah,
Fantastic.
You got like 22 Robins. I already in the new 52. I'd forgive you if you
if we can
moved
get,
them
we can
aside.
get her
and-
as a
yeah,
sidekick.
yeah,
It
that's
was
fine. That works.
Great book. Legion Lost 12.
Was okay.
Okay. Fantastic Four 609. You did not read this.
I did while you were
Oh,
not
okay.
there.
What'd you think?
It was pretty good.
Yes. Did you get most of it?
I did. I think.
Because it goes back to a lot of Mark
there's a
Millar's
lot of
New
everything.
World and the Fantastic Fours, I think is what they were calling.
Yeah.
It was a mess, but it's pretty good. It's a good one and done
it got
story.
closure now, so that's all we need.
It's not the best one and done story that they did with all of them, but from what you were telling me about the new FF, I'm not sure I'm on board with this Marvel Now relaunch for it.
Neither am I.
I'll read it.
I'm not 100%.
I'll review it. Suicide Squad 12.
Did you read that?
What in the? Just when you think you get the whole book, you're like, all right, 12 issues in, I get this team, I get everything.
No, I don't.
What?
That guy was just in a couple of... No, he's back. Oh, but he's with those... No, he's back.
And then
he's
there's
over.
a word,
What?
and then...
What? Wow.
And we gotta wait 2 months for the
I
next
know.
word.
That's...
Adam Glass, just keep doing what you're doing. Good job, sir. We called this when you were on that, what was it, Legion of Doom book. Good job.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did it.
You did Legion of Doom, and even that... You write villains really well.
Yeah.
Take away from some of these other guys who shouldn't be writing comics. Superboy 12.
Is still a felon with multiple millions of dollars in stolen money. Also, apparently, the concept of good and evil gives him a hard time, but modern day slang, no, he's got that down. He can quote things, and I think he's speaking French at one point. I don't know, but the idea that stealing money is bad. Wait, being a hero has rules. Really? What?
I'm now, every time I open up a book, I want Becky Cloonan to be drawing the book now. I open something like, that's not Becky Cloonan.
I'm just gonna have to just keep rereading the couple of
the old stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna reread my Jeff Johns Superboy hardcover over and over until it falls apart.
I'm really expecting my pocket just to start vibrating. Like, I gotta go buy it. If I walk out, I'm sorry. I'll be back next week.
He's got his priorities, and they're good.
Massive number 3. Still waiting to trade. I'll let you talk about it. It's so much to read at one point.
It is, but and that's why, if I tried to read the trade, I'd never have it done in time to review.
Well, I will hopefully try and have it done in time for review. I will have that Thursday off until the show starts.
I can read novels faster than this.
It's a dense book.
But it's good, and it's good reading. It's a lot to read, but it's not like, oh my god, will this ever end? You're sitting there and you're just like...
My only problem with it was the first 2 issues I read was it was still hard to identify characters and figure out who was who and what was what. That was my only problem with
it. Have you read Teen Titans?
I don't care about Teen Titans. I'm not going to Teen Titans.
The girls I can tell apart, all the guys look the same.
No, it wasn't art. It was just there was nothing defining about them at that moment.
It's really good. There's a lot going on, a lot of world building, which is ironic since the whole story is that the world's already been taken apart. But the concepts, it's so well thought through. This isn't just someone half-assing it. This is someone who thought out. This is how the world was. Oh, it's crazy. It's a massive storyline.
Resurrection Man 12. We're just going to keep going past that joke.
I love this book, and this is one of the ones you said is ending? This is the last issue?
I think so.
No, there's a number 0 coming.
Is there a 0?
Yeah, because this story doesn't end. It'd be a really bad place to end it.
Issue 0, everything is revealed. So yeah, one more issue.
And I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to buy these in trade and read them to feel better about whatever happens in Superboy and Titans.
Scarlet Spider number 8.
Love this book.
Hardcover came out this week. Go pick it up.
There's still, what issue is this?
8.
8. When they solicited for this, I was like, why would they do that? Because, one, the name Scarlet Spider just brings up clone ideas, and that's always painful. Kane is a clone, that's always painful. And I really liked the Scarlet Spiders that were the 3 clone kids in the
the Iron
Spider armor. I miss them. I know there's only like 1 left at this point, but I miss all of them. But this book is it's my favorite Spider book right now. It's just that good. That good.
Grim Reaper number 3 makes me not want an iPhone anymore.
What I don't understand is I love this book, but
it's a great book. I caught up on it this weekend.
If you've got this power where you die and you come back as somebody else, and you find this girl's got this, when you finally get together, really, is that the first thing you're going to do?
I'm going to do a lot of things.
There's a lot of things I would do before throwing myself into my next death, especially the death they chose. I can't imagine dying is fun, but they seem okay with it.
I can't imagine owning an iPhone's going to be fun for anyone after this.
No, it never will.
I don't even want to touch my iPhone.
You talking about the backup story?
Yeah.
The little iPhone voice chick?
Yeah, Siri. Good thing I don't have Siri. Lenore number 6.
It's Lenore. We talked about the hardcover.
Just read Lenore.
It's so good.
We talked about
so
this last
creepy.
week. Yeah.
They're clowns.
It's
oh my god!
It's a fun book to read.
It's a fun book to read, but this issue,
She Sports USA,
broke my little heart. Roman Dirge just broke my little heart with Lenore this issue. So good.
He does that all the time.
So I was laughing while he broke my little heart, but I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for that's hysterical, and then I crack up. But I felt bad about laughing.
Captain America 635. Captain America and Iron Man 635. I'm sorry.
It's good. I like this whole.
The cover art's not the interior art, right? Because that guy cannot draw Iron Man hands. Look at his hands. Look at those.
I don't know what to tell you about Iron Man hands.
It's not fun.
Thank
you, Mysterious Hand.
I don't know who did the inside or who did the cover. I just know that
Barry Kitson.
Javier
Tartel.
Isn't Barry Kitson? Isn't he like a legend or something?
I don't know.
But
Hardest
I'm really liking the story. Cullen Bunn does a great. MODOK is there. Cullen Bunn does a great job of using Cap and Iron Man in like a buddy cop scenario.
Cullen Bunn has taken over the Marvel U, is what we've determined. He's on almost every book now. Good for him. Before Watchmen, Ozymandias number 2.
The artwork is gorgeous. I don't remember a single thing. I read it. I read the first half like twice, and then
we disagree on artwork.
You always do. I'm okay with that. One day I'm gonna say something's gorgeous, and you're gonna say I know, and I'm gonna be like, and question.
Hawkeye number 1.
Well, that's that stylized. We like that. That's cool. But yeah, I really like the art. I can't remember squad.
Great Own Heroes number 3.
I love this Trigger Girl 6 story. It was so good. Palmiotti Gray and Phil Noto. It's gorgeous to look at. It's so good.
It's multiple stories, right?
Yeah, there's 2 stories in here so far, and then they're going to switch up in a couple issues with different stories. But the Trigger Girl 6 story, they threw me for a loop last time, and I had adjusted to that loop, and then at the end of this one, I'm like, okay, I'm with you. Oh, then they kind of gave me another big shock. And the other story, American Muscle, is Steve Niles
and Kevin Mellon.
Yeah. The Steve Niles story.
It's Steve Niles. You know what to expect.
Yeah. It's so good. It's a lot, and it's fun. This issue, you get cross-dressing and mutants, and sheriffs, and all sorts of fun.
Godzilla Century War number 1.
Really good.
I heard the premise of this and I couldn't stop laughing.
It's
Godzilla in a different decade, right? Each issue's going to be him in a different decade.
And this guy that's been fighting him since the beginning.
Yeah.
No, that's fun because, it's. I feel like that. I've been watching Godzilla in all these different decades.
Have we ever reviewed a Rocketeer book?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Okay, I think we're going to start reviewing them because Mark Waid and Chris Samnee.
Yeah, Mark Waid, Chris Samnee. We have to be. I saw that and was going to tell you that too. I was like, uh-oh.
Thor the Unkillable Thunder Christ.
It's just fun to say.
Dan Sullivan, one of our sort of kind of interns, not the other intern, just saw this and was like, read this. I'm like, okay, it is the most random fun I've had since reading Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark. It's fantastic and so messed up, and Nazi robot zombies. There you go. Star Wars Lost Tribe of the Sith number 1. That's a lot.
But unfortunately it isn't, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what the Sith in it? Okay,
yeah.
Good to know. Planet of the Apes annual.
This was wacky. There's a bunch of stories. The first one ties directly into the ongoing Planet of the Apes series that I love so much. So that was really good. Little throwback to the past. Really, really good story. There's a story in there called A Boy and His Human, and it's about this ape boy who finds this little human girl and tries to keep her as a pet. And it's
fair enough.
And then there's a really, really good last story that I think takes place more in like the betrayal of the Planet of the Apes series because it looks more like the old Planet of the Apes movies. All in all, it's the Planet of the Apes stuff just continues to be really, really good. Just read it.
Idolize number 1.
I actually really like it. I didn't know what to make of the fact that, I read the first one and thought it was a really good ad. The number 0, I thought it was a really good ad for a comic. I didn't think it was a full comic. I read this.
It's just America's Got Powers again, right?
It's that concept, but this basically gives you. They did a great job of using that scenario to give you the origin of this character, and even though there's a lot of ideas that we've seen before, they really did it well and made something good with it. I think, I don't read a lot of Aspen titles, but Idolized, I'm down for.
I don't know what this is, but I have a feeling you do.
What is it? The Node, number 1 from Horizon Line, which is just a fun title. This is an indie book. The guy that wrote it found me on Facebook, or found him, and I mentioned something about, if you want, he was pitching the book, and I said, hey, if you want it reviewed, let me know. here's my review copy. And it was pretty good. It's a manga style. The art is by somebody. Is by Hojin Chung, and the art is really, really good in places, and then gets a little.
I'll be back.
You go get it. I'll keep them distracted.
Okay.
They'll never know. Hi, I'm Sean. Let's talk about the FF.
I'm also trying to make sure interns know what they're doing.
That will never happen. He may never return. All right. So the node, it was pretty good. The story is good. It's this girl in it's a very strange little world. They got magic going on. You got some really cool little interesting creatures. I liked the story. The art gets inconsistent. It's like great in places, good in others, and weak in others. But good read, good stuff. Going with more indies. This is the Almighties.
Number one. I saw that.
Signed.
Ooh.
You're jealous of me.
Collector.
Right. Sam Johnson wrote the plots and the script, and he wrote it with Mike Agnon. Sam Johnson, really cool guy, writes a bunch of other stuff. Cavazzini, handful of things. He did Geek Girl. He's in England. The book, his English humor is there. So if you're not on board with English humor, you're not going to appreciate all of it. I was loving it. Greatest character in the world is a werewolf called Night Fang.
He's just you say Michael J. Fox.
No, you have Maxitron, Night Fang, Miss F, Mason, and Stephanos. I think my favorite two characters are Night Fang, this werewolf who seems to be the only one who realizes how absurd some of the things that are happening are, and Stephanos, who works in like a restaurant, beats people with the big thing. It's like the gyro and souvlaki meat, while asking, "Do you want a salad?" and he just beats people with it.
No more Greek food. No more Greek food.
It was,
I'm done until the Avengers movie comes out. Maybe I'll eat some shawarma then.
Oh, we'll have a shawarma party on it when the Avengers hits DVD. But both of these
September
really, really good.
20-something. Strain number 7.
Awesome. The novels are awesome. They're just awesome. Just read it and remember that vampires are supposed to be scary.
Hit Girl number 1 is one of the funnest comics I've read in a long time.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I
Yeah,
would.
so did I. I was just going to read it but it was a lot of fun.
It's not quite as wacky, what the hell, as like Mad Men and All Red's normal stuff,
Yeah,
but it's
pick it up
not
and go.
quite as, it's not a mainstream superhero book.
It's fun though.
I think I love the skunk. I think the skunk is my new favorite character, and I already want a miniseries.
It's fun. Just pick it up and read it and enjoy it. Creep Zero.
That was fun. That was good. Did you read that?
No.
It's
I probably will now.
I wasn't sure what to make of it, and at first I wasn't sure that I was going to pick it up. I'm probably going to pick it up now. It's a guy gets a call from a girl he hasn't spoken to since like high school or college. She needs help. Her son committed suicide. He's an investigator. Can you help look into it? But she hasn't seen him in forever, and he's got this disease now. So he was this good-looking, dashing guy, and now he's got this like elongated, kind of like mask face going on, and
he's fine.
And it's just
he's got it.
And then Frank Miller did the cover, made it look like the yellow bastard. I don't know what to tell you, but
it's Frank Miller.
But inside is really, really good.
What time is it?
Adventure time!
Marceline screams.
Scream Queens! That'd be like if we were in drag and going, ah! We would be Scream Queens.
That's your review.
No, that book is great, and you need to know. This book is really, really good.
Please don't put us in drag.
Both of my daughters like this book because...
BMO! That's not BMO. You're not BMO. Get out of my book.
You've been falsely BMO'd. But because they really like
Stupid.
It's like a female buddy cop story. Only they're not cops and whatever. You've got Bubblegum Princess and
when it's out
and Marceline, and the two of them have just a very interesting because they're so opposite yet so the same, and it just works really well.
I've been watching my Adventure Time Season 1 DVD nonstop. I know every episode.
You gotta see the new ones, so you gotta see the gaming ones.
I know. I need cable, but I don't want cable because that's unnecessary money for 2 hours of me being home a day. New Avengers 29.
Did you read this?
No.
This is the Illuminati. This was really, really good. Again, as with every Marvel crossover, it takes place. Clearly, the story takes place before, like, the last
2
month
issues,
of story,
yeah.
because Namor still has Phoenix power, and he hasn't had that in like. He was the first one to be de-Phoenixized.
Yeah,
but the story was really, really good, and it's another one of those. Bendis does a really good job, really powerful job with people just sitting around talking, and I really liked it.
Daredevil Annual.
Oh, yeah, that's the Alan Davis. It's gorgeous. It's clandestine, and it's just great. I'm really liking this.
Gambit #1. I read it for Clay Mann's art. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah, we read it for Clay.
Clay's a buddy. So.
I actually kind of like the story. I'm not a Gambit fan. In fact,
I'm not a Gambit
that's
fan.
that's an exaggerate. That's a gross understatement. I hate Gambit.
I don't hate him.
I do. I hate Gambit.
I could go without reading his own book, but
if
Clay drew this, so I
If
had to
Gambit
go
and
for it.
Deadpool could just walk off a map and never come back, I'd be a happy man.
Here's the thing.
But,
I know ladies love the Gambit.
the Gambit.
The Gambit.
But I like this issue. I like this story, and I also like when they do Gambit in here in X-Men Legacy. I guess it really
Look
depends
at
on
that
who's writing
transition.
it.
Boom.
But who's writing that?
I don't know. Some guy.
I like it. He's pulling like a Robin Hood. He's going back to his thieving ways, but still not
James
quite giving up
Asmus.
his heroic ways. I think I'm on board with reading this. I kind of like the story, and I really like
I want to know what happened at the end. That was a little weird. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, no, Starro's creepy brother.
Normal version.
Yeah. X-Men Legacy getting ready to end. Probably because I liked it. I don't know what to tell you. Or at least I liked it after Gage took over. Rogue.
Here's the thing,
Magic,
X-Men First
Magic
Class was
Rogue
just so
into
good.
another world, and it's just really Rogue. Another one, not on my list of favorites. Don't actively hate her. Not on my list of favorites. Christos Gage is that good. I read
You know
this.
why they're
I
ending it,
like-
right? Because First X-Men's just so good, they want to keep doing that.
I hate.
I'm joking. Ravagers 4. Don't
Don't give
hand,
me weapons.
Don't hand him weapons for review. Wait till afterwards.
Ravagers. It was okay.
What
That's Beast Boy.
Why Beast Boy?
While I'm not 100% on board with everything they're doing, I do kind of like that Beast Boy is now tied more directly into the Red, and Brother Blood is tied into the Red. Makes kind of sense. All right, so there's potential for some Animal Man crossover. Beast Boy, Animal Man and Beast Boy
Gotta
would
wait
make
2
a great
months for
Batman
those
and Robin
crossovers,
team.
too.
I would read that book, Animal Man and Beast Boy. That would work. You know, you can picture the cover with them doing like that, standing on the rooftop, like the Batman and Robin pose. I would read the hell out of that with the Red Beast Boy. Somebody do that. But I will say this:
I'll be impressed.
if somebody does anything I said, I would die of shock. The pencils in here are Daniel Sempier and Stefano Martino. They do a good job. I like the art, and I like that the DB Silva guy on Superboy. But look at that. Yeah, do your thing, helping hand. Bring this towards the whatever. There's a Superboy in that, even in that Tron costume that the New 52 loves so much. That looks like Superboy. That looks like, I was so happy that picture made this issue one of my favorites. I want to read the one after number 0 with Superboy in it. That looks like Superboy.
Back row 12. Best cover art of the week, I'll give it that.
This book is so good. I got off to a start on Batgirl, but then
It was one of those that didn't make it past issue 4 for me.
But Gail Simone has been in full Gail Simone glory. And if you've read anything by Gail Simone, you know exactly what that means. Gail Simone is being Gail Simone, and it is so good. And this storyline, this Nightfall storyline, is awesome.
He's got it.
Batwoman in this, the Batwoman Batgirl dynamic it didn't go at all the way I thought it would, but it works so naturally and so good. Gail Simone, you're just awesome.
It felt
That's
weird
my
not
rate.
doing a hardcover or a graphic novel. So Scott Pilgrim #1 in hardcover and color and all that fancy jazz. It's pretty awesome. I read it. I like Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. Whatever. But in color is pretty awesome. I was much more happy with this reading in color. And then I've seen the movie however many times since then. But yes, so pick that up if you're a huge Scott Pilgrim fan. If you don't own it and like the movie or vice versa, whatever.
And speaking of books, I
USA.
forgot to bring it, but we're going to extend the contest to get the book from HarperCollins, the Thaddeus T. Lambshead's Cabinet of Curiosities book. We're going to extend that. I'm not even sure when. I'll figure it out next week. So you can just keep hashtagging away. Post a link to either last week's episode, this week's episode, hell, any episode of FFFIC. And write, I'm curious about TT Lambshead's hashtag Cabinet of Curiosities.
Hashtag Hope Solo.
You don't have to hashtag Hope Solo.
Please.
You only got seven characters left after you've done all this. So do all that, post it
so.
away, and we'll get we'll see who wins the copy of that, and
That's it.
that's it. Goodbye,
Bye,
Internet.
Michelle. Bye, Michelle.